Alright, looking closely at these capacitors, and I am not liking what I'm seeing. I see these, which have an SK label on it. I believe those might be Nichicons. I will look that up, though. But the only labeling that these have on them is SK. There are some Jamicon caps, like these, in a whole bunch of varying different sizes. I have absolutely no idea what Jamicon is, if it's good or not. I would hazard to say no, they're not. But then there are these blue ones. These blue ones are Suscons. And those are bad, bad, bad. So, all of those caps already I know are going to fail eventually. At least it's not like this unit gets really hot anyway, so I don't think they're going to fail anytime soon. While it's apart, I'm going to give it a good cleaning. Look at that. Look at all that. That's just disgusting. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a good cleaning. I'm going to write down that fuse because that is a 3.15 amp fuse. I might have to replace it. It says Sung Y on it. That might be who makes it. There are some components there that are not actually installed in this unit. And there's a 12 amp, 250 volt fuse. No, sorry, 2 amp, 250 volt fuse there. Then we have those, which I believe are probably diodes. Yes, those are rectifier diodes, and then we have a filter cap right there. That is, I think, it's not a TPO. It also has the SK label on it. It's a Jamicon SK. So that's what those are. They're Jamicon SK caps. These belts might need replacing at some point. Seems to me like they both drive each other. But I mean, they play fine, so I don't know why they don't work fine. I believe this is the IR sensor right here. Sorry, I'm zoomed in. This right here is the IR sensor, which goes up and around and into that plug right there. Those caps are bypassed. Have some of these, which I believe are capacitors as well. A whole bunch of Jamicon SK caps all over the place at various different sizes and ratings. I don't know if those are good at all. I'm going to look it up. I would say no, because I've never heard of them, so they're probably a generic. But they all look good, so there's nothing wrong. Even these Suscons all look like they're good caps. They don't look like any of them are bloating or failing or anything. I have no idea what the hell this is. It says T-bore on it. Or I think it's T-bore. That makes this. I'll look them up as well, but this cap looked good to me. It is a charge cap. There is no battery on here, unless there happens to be one under there. And there is not. That big white thing is probably a resistor pack, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. Insert that. I want to see if that is indeed what the problem is. Oh. That can't spin. I mean, that's what's going on. Alright, so we are now ready to rumble. Oops, just off first. Put that back there. Okay. And we'll grab the antenna so we can get some decent reception. Alright, let's plug it in now. Let's see what goes boom. Unit power's on. So it's on. I can't see the multifunction display because it's not backlit because, well, they're cheap like that. So I'll go get a light and we'll take a look. Alright, so we have it at 100.3. That's the frequency, so we're gonna put that up. I can't see anything. Now I can see it. So the stereo works, okay. I don't think my CD... Eject. It wants to check every single freaking CD before it ejects, which is really stupid, actually. And now it's just... Okay. I wonder if it can eject. It's stuck. I think it might be stuck. Ugh. Ah, well, whatever. It's not like it worked before anyway, so... Put in a tape and we'll listen to one. Ow. So let's just grab... How about we grab my cheap test tape right here? I don't even think this works. We'll go ahead and see. Yeah. Tape does not work. Oh, there we go. It was because the tape had been finished, so I'm gonna have to rewind it. Actually, you know what? So it seems like it works. So we'll rewind the tape and we'll take a look. We'll take a listen. So I know that deck 1 works. I'm going to try deck 2. Anyway, we'll wait for this to be rewound completely before I bother. And my camera's running out of battery, so I'm thinking I'm going to just end it here. So that's it for the disassembly, the failed disassembly. But if you have your comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. So I'll see you next time. Till then. And this is what I am talking about when I say that it is having some belt problems, or something along those lines. You can see that now it's starting to have trouble. I think it's done now. So you can eject that, and we'll put it in deck number 2. Oh, that's even worse. Maybe I put it in the wrong way. That would be something that I would do. There we go. Of course I can't see it because it's too reflective. It's coming out of one speaker. So there's a problem. It's only coming out of one speaker through that deck. Is it only coming out of one speaker, period? That's my question. No. So, what's wrong with my, my cap stands and pinch rollers? Look, as they're fine. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is driven together. Ooh. That isn't cool. It seems to be frozen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's having some really big problems. Okay, we'll close that. I suppose hitting it isn't really going to make it any better. It seems to be frozen. Maybe it's a tape. Oh, dear God. Well, no wonder it decided it's going to eat my tape. Okay, so let's... I am not going to be using this again. So, I think this unit is total trash. Let's unplug it so I don't blow something up. At least this wasn't something that I actually cared about. That's a good thing. So let's try it. It didn't really do any lasting damage, did it? I don't think it destroyed my tape. So you can slowly put this back in. No, it crumpled it in that one place. That might be why I don't ever use this tape. That might be why this tape doesn't work. So we'll see if it works. If it eats it again, then I'm gonna presume it dead. Even though it doesn't have really much hope anyway. Can't see what I'm doing. That really doesn't make me feel any bit happier about using the damn thing. Doesn't appear to be any lasting damage to the unit. But now that I know that it's eating tapes, I'm not going to give it any of my decent quality tapes anymore. Let's see if it still works. Oh, I unplugged it, that's right.
Five.
Seems to be playing properly. And it's caught again, isn't it? Yes. This time it's even worse. So this tape is total junk now, which kind of pisses me off, but it's not like it was any one of my good tapes. This tape deck is totally trash. Which means that this entire unit is total trash. I'm gonna get rid of it. So, thus ends that idea. But if that's what it's doing, I'm not putting any more of my tapes in this thing. Okay, I found the problem. Both of these decks have problems. Neither of them are really worth fixing, so I'm probably not even going to bother. But this one, if we power it on, you can see, maybe, that the capstan and the pinch roller are turning, like they should. That isn't. In fact, neither of them are turning. So basically, this deck actually has the same problem that the Electro Home deck over there has, except that Electro Home deck doesn't do anything at all. This one, turn that off. This one works fine. We'll put my little test tape in there. This one actually works. Doesn't eat my tape. You can clearly tell it's only coming out of one speaker, and it doesn't exactly sound great either. And that wasn't at all great. That's probably actually a result of this. That might actually be my belts in there. I think that's what it is. I think that's my belts that are in there. It's to tell that this one turns properly. It doesn't have a right head on it. But that one turns the way it's supposed to. And so do the capstan and pinch roller. But you can definitely hear the belt. And this one was never in good shape even when I got it. I can tell, but that head doesn't look too pretty either. So I might have a problem with the head. I might need to demagnetize it. They're dirty. I would have to clean them up. And I'm not really willing to waste that much time on a deck that isn't worth anything. So, screw you. I'm probably just going to get rid of it. And I don't really want to do that, but when I have a deck over here, that probably could work fine if I replace the motor or the belts in it. Not that I'm really hoping to do that. And I have a deck over here that works fine. Except for maybe, well, a CD player that works fine. Except for maybe I might have a logic problem. The CD doesn't work. But I can really use the CD player on this because it's temperamental, but it does work, so I can use this as my CD player and my radio and all that other good stuff, and I can just use that as another unit. I know that a lot of people aren't going to be very happy with my decision to dump this deck, but here's an overview. It doesn't look very pretty. This one, the speaker's cage is really bad. These have to be thrown away, but still. This housing is in terrible shape. Really degrades its value there. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. There are scratches all over the front faceplate. There's dirt on it, and it's really crappy looking. It's not really, I mean, it looks like crap. I would have to do a lot of work to make it look nice. I need to replace the motor or something in this, or do something to it to get this working. Probably would have to disassemble this this entire unit, which I don't know how to do. It doesn't have the remote. The AM/FM reception is terrible. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this wire, but the reception's terrible. Both tape decks have problems. This one needs some love. Need to fix this this wheel here. I wonder if reverse works. Yeah, the reverse one works fine. And what the hell? You know, I just got it working. You know what I just did? Maybe it works. Now, of course, if it eats my tape... Holy shit, it's working. Unbelievable. And is it actually like... No, I just fixed it. Interesting. So, I'll show you how I fix it. I turned the fast forward on. So obviously there's a definite problem here. It needs to be cleaned. You can tell it's kind of dirty and not all that great. It's a DC bias unit. I think it might be an AC bias. But this deck's definitely going to need some love. It's dirty. It has a belt problem, which probably means that this one's going to have a belt problem soon. And, I mean, only sound from this deck only comes out of one speaker. And it's going to need some money thrown into it. And that's kind of money that I'm not really willing to spend. Sometimes you have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And that's the end of this video.